This is about to be so dark. Okay, hey, whoever is on there, 2 people. I decided to go ahead on and do it. First of all, let me know if y'all can hear me. I decided to do it now because it's about to get dark and the Wi-Fi works a lot better outside. I'm on a balcony. You can see the sun, it's about to go down. It's like right there. I might have to take this inside. Hopefully it'll stay a little light. Okay. Y'all tell me what y'all want to talk about first. Okay, I know I said I asked y'all, I had made a post. But what do you want? Hey, Ashley, thank you. What do you want to talk about first? Do you want me to talk about the hieroglyphics first? Do you want me to talk about the retreat first? Do you want me to talk about my experience in Egypt first? Mind you, I did not charge my battery all the way. And the sun is about to go down, so we're going to have to get right into this. I mean, I got to go inside the hotel room, but the Wi-Fi is not that great inside. I'm going to start talking about the hieroglyphics because I'm actually excited. Now, let me get my notebook. If you've been to a Self-Realization of a Goddess online class, Ashley's here. Tia Dashi says she wants to talk about Egypt. Okay, we'll make that second then, okay? One of the alumni is on here. She took the Self-Realization online course. I don't know if she remembers because this was quite a while ago, but we did talk about what hieroglyphics really are. And even when I travel and do the Self-Realization of a Goddess class, I do talk about it in that class a little bit. Just because I explain to everyone that hieroglyphics really are symbols, which means even in English, Arabic, Hebrew, Greek, whatever, it's all really just symbols. At the end of the day, it's really just symbols, okay? It's sacred symbols, but it's symbols, and the symbols tell a story. No different than your name tells a story. No different than your DNA tells a story, okay? I'm gonna break down the word hieroglyphic, and I'm gonna tell you how it relates to the Bible and how it relates to Mother Nature. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible because this is gonna be like a quick class. Since I'm here and I feel like talking about it, let's talk about it. Plus, you'll be getting a glimpse of what a self-realization class is like, okay? Except for I normally have a board. I'm talking about an online class where I'm using Zoom to do like a PowerPoint presentation, and I will flip the screen around and kind of move letters around to make it pop out what is really being said. So, hieroglyphic. I mean, first of all, you can hear the word hero in there, but we ain't gonna talk about that just yet, okay? Hieroglyphic. The word hero and hieroglyphic means secret or sacred. It really means sacred, but sacred sounds like secret, right? So hero means sacred. And then the word glyphic means carving or letters, like to write a letter, like to carve a letter, okay? Or letters, symbols, what else did I write here? Yeah, or writing, okay? So that means hieroglyphic really means a secret writing or something that's written in secret. And that is the main reason why they're so mysterious, because a lot of people don't know how to read them and they don't know how to interpret them. Which I bought a book on how to interpret them. But anyway, so hieroglyphics means secret word, secret letter, secret carving, secret language, okay? Now, whenever you're talking about anything being secret or sacred, you're really talking about something that's invisible. Something that's invisible to the naked eye. If it's secret, it means that it's unseen. So that is why secret and hieroglyphic or sacred means like an invisible story. So now we done went from a sacred story or a sacred letter to an invisible story or an invisible letter or an invisible writing. Okay, it's there, but it's not there. It's invisible if you don't know how to read it, if you don't know how to interpret it. That makes it invisible to you, right? Coincidentally, this is the same way to interpret the words Holy Bible. Holy means sacred or secret, and Bible means a story, okay? Or a bibliography is a story or a book. So that means that Holy Bible also means secret book, secret story, invisible book, invisible story, invisible letter. They mean the same thing. That's the reason how you can know that if you ever do go to Egypt, all of the hieroglyphics, when you go into the temples, there's big columns and they have hieroglyphics written all over them. Those are really scrolls. Those are scrolls. They're scrolls with carvings in them. It's a book. When you walk into a temple, if you go into the temple of, like tomorrow, I'm going to the temple of Heru. When you go into the temple, you're walking into a book. When you go to the Valley of the Kings and you walk into their temple, you're walking into a book. Okay? It's big scrolls in there. Now, they're telling the same story that the Bible is telling. They're just telling it in a different way. Every story is telling the same story that the Bible is telling because there's only one story. There's only one story. And the story is the story of Heru, or Hero, or Messiah, or Savior. It's only one story. You have the same story. You have the same story that's written in the hieroglyphics. You have the same story that's written in the Bible. You have the same story that's written in the Quran. You have the same story that's... Whatever mythology you want to name, you have... It's all one story. Okay? Now, the story of hieroglyphic has the word hero on the front of it. So that lets us know that it's really talking about Heru or a hero. But in the word glyphic, it has the word lif, or the vibration of lif in it, right? So it's really talking about life. It's life, or the sound of the word lithic and glyphic is referring to life. So hieroglyphic can also be interpreted as the story and the life of the hero, or the story and the life of Heru, because that's the height of the stories. All of the stories lead to the fight between Aset and Asar, which I teach this in the self-realization class. I don't go too deep into it because I haven't thoroughly studied Egyptian mythology, but I know the baseline of it. Okay, so how can I say this? The hero, or the Heru in the hieroglyphics, is referring to when you realize that you're the hero. It's when you have your self-realization. Okay? It's when you realize that you are your own savior, you are your own Messiah, you are your own Heru. It's when you fully grasp that and you start living as if you are the hero and you're not relying on external sources. So that is what the story of the hieroglyphics is really talking about. Now, another way to interpret the word, hey Tia, another way to interpret the word hieroglyphic is Medu Neter. The hieroglyphics are also called Medu Neter. Medu Neter is Mother Nature. Medu Neter, Mother Nature. So therefore, all the gods, or the Neteru is really referring to parts of nature. So for example, at the beginning of, or one of the beginnings of Egyptian mythology, because there's multiple, they start with the Ennead, which really means 9 gods, or 9 Neteru, 9 Neter. And those Enneads represent earth, water, fire, air. Those are the main 4. They're starting with earth, which is Geb, fire, which is Etum, or Adam, like the Bible. The goddess Nut is the sky. Shu is air, water, like moisture. And Tefnut is air. So these neteru are really pieces of nature, or forms, different forms of nature. So Meru Neter, which is the hieroglyphics, is really talking about different phases that Mother Nature goes through. So tomorrow I'll be going to the temple of Dendera or Dendera, which is the temple of Heheru or the temple of Hathor. And in that temple is where up in the ceiling is the zodiac. Okay? And the zodiac is really the seasons of Mother Nature. It's the seasons of self-realization. It's the seasons of, or stages of maturity. And of course, maturity is not a one-time thing. You go through it over and over and over again. You keep doing the same cycle over and over and over again. My daughter Zella said, "Hey, Grandma." Talking to who? Me? What the heck? Uh-oh. I felt like I was really loud. Okay. Well, maybe she sees something that I don't see. How old is she, Dominique? Oh, by the way, really quick sidebar. A couple people have let me know that they have had dreams about me since I've been here. If you have had a dream about me in the past 2 weeks, please, please, please let me know. Because sometimes I don't dream because I'm worried about things, anxiety. It was stressful getting here. Me and Kamina had some situations. So I haven't been fully relaxed. Even right now, Kamina's on her way back home. And she had to catch 3 planes in order to get back home. She had all these connecting flights. Anyway, those things block you from dreaming. Those things block you from getting downloads when you have worry and anxiety and fear. And I'm human, just like everybody else. So if you have had a dream about me, please let me know, okay? Because sometimes other people dream for you. If the ancestors trying to get a message to you and they can get through your DNA, they will go through another vessel. They will go through another vessel, all right? Anyway, so that's all I have to say about hieroglyphics. If you missed it, sorry. It was only about a, I don't know, 10-minute class. You can go back to the beginning and watch it. So let's move forward. Now y'all know the background of what hieroglyphics really are. Let's talk about a possible retreat in Egypt. Now, for those who know me or have been following me for a while, you may know that I tried to plan a retreat in Egypt in the year 2020, and it got canceled because coronavirus hit. But I was determined to come back because I've had dreams of being here, and I have dreams of people asking me, "Are you coming back to Egypt? Are you coming back to Egypt?" So I'm like, okay, I have to come back. Is this 6 o'clock? I think they do like a prayer call. If y'all don't know, majority of Egypt is Islam. Good portion of it is Christianity. But when I say they Islam is not Islam like the United States. Anyway, let me not get off topic. Like I can hear them praying. I can hear prayer happening right now. Okay, the retreat. I can't promise that I'm gonna do it for here, but I do want to. I really, really like this hotel. Everyone's nice. The food is really good, and it was very reasonably priced. It was very reasonably priced for what I'm getting. And this is my second time coming to this hotel. The first time I came with a group. And so I got to experience it. So the second time is now. I want to actually flip the screen around. I'm going to show y'all my view. So this is my view. They actually upgraded my hotel room because they didn't pick me up from the airport like they were supposed to. They got a pool here. And that's the Nile River. I mean, I figured y'all wouldn't know that, but I'll let you know anyway. That's the Nile River. And I think I'm on the east bank. The other side is the west bank where some of the other temples are. There's temples on both sides. Okay. Anyway. So I did go downstairs after I had lunch. And I talked to one of the guys at the front desk, and I told him what I was trying to do, and he gave me the card to the manager. So I'm going to email the manager and try to get some rates What I normally do with the self-realization retreats is when I start the online course, you make a deposit right there. You make a deposit right there to hold your spot for the retreat. I don't think I'm going to do it that way this time. And the reason why is because if it's going to be for Egypt, then I want to wait till I'm really sure that we're going to go. Because with everything with the coronavirus, I don't know. But I am putting it out there that it's a high possibility. As long as they're just not asking for a vaccine and they just want a negative COVID test, I don't mind traveling. What do y'all think? Y'all tell me. She said, let me hurry up and manifest my nanny. What you talking about? So you can get a babysitter so you can travel, Tia? Thank you, Marla. Okay, y'all. So that's the thing with the retreat. So like I said, normally I will incorporate the retreat into the online course, which the online course is going to start the end of October, right? When I come back from Egypt, that's when I'll really like have a solid date, because I'm on vacation right now, so I'm really trying not to even think about it. But I do normally start the online course in October. When I start the online course, I'll have more information for you about a possible retreat. I mean, I'm going to do a retreat regardless. I just don't know if it's going to be here in Egypt, but I'm definitely going to get rates and stuff. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about is if you are going to travel during this time, God bless your soul. Because with the whole COVID thing, and then a lot of the airlines, to me, I believe they're understaffed. And that's the reason why a lot of shenanigans are happening, like with Kamina. I don't feel like telling the whole story because I did a live on Instagram, and I told the story about what happened with Kamina. How they didn't let her, I'm not about to tell the story, I'm just going to tell a little bit. How they didn't let her in with her COVID test because her COVID test didn't have the name of the lab that took her COVID test on there, which I don't know why they would even send out something like that, knowing that people are traveling with this. She got her COVID test from CVS. So I would tell you, if you are traveling, do not use CVS for a COVID test, because you are going to be screwed when you get to the airport, okay? They actually made her pay for $150 for a whole nother COVID test that she had to take at the airport. So if you are going to travel internationally during this time, make sure that your COVID test has the name of the lab on it. Make sure that whatever the requirements for the country that you're going to, make sure you are super duper clear on, even if you have to call and talk to somebody, like make sure you're super duper clear. No, get it in writing, as a matter of fact. I would, if you can, about what their requirements are, because with Egypt it was all confusing. It was very confusing. I had to do a lot of research, like in forums and stuff like that, like asking people like what happened when you actually went there. Because when you go on the website, it says they want some kind of QR code on there, and that's not even true. You only need that when you coming back, not when you coming in. So the other part about my experience being here is learning about their culture. Egypt thrives off of tourism, and they thrive off of tips, but because of that, they haggle a lot, and I feel like that's not sufficient. That's not sufficient, because people don't have to give you tips. Yes, it's gratuity, but people don't have to give it to you. And some people actually kind of have attitudes when you don't give them what they think that they should be getting. Also, I've been finding that when you give dollars, like US dollars, they don't want those. A lot of like the tour people, they'll take those, but like just earlier I tried to give the guy at the restaurant $2 tip, which is 30 pounds here, but he gave it back to me, and he was just like, I can't use this is not good. And he tried to explain why, saying that it was an old dollar. The same thing happened to Kamina. She tried to tip, or she tried to pay for something with dollars. He didn't want them. So that also tells me that paper money or the US dollar, if they acting like they don't want them here, that's a clear warning sign that dollar is not very strong. If they don't want the paper dollar, he literally gave it back to me. If they don't want the paper dollar, that should be a sign that the dollar is not good. If it's not good in like a so-called third world country, okay? So if you are going to travel, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but you should probably use their money there instead of, a lot of those places take US dollars. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what the experience is in other countries, but I know here they prefer that you give them pounds, give them their own money. Okay. When I came here the first time in 2017, they did not care about that. You could give them dollars, they would be fine. They would be happy with that. That's how I know something changed drastically in the past 5 years. All right, I'm gonna get off here. I hope y'all got something out of this. I hope y'all learned something at the very least. And I hope that you're on my email list so that you will be notified when I start the Self-Realization of a Goddess online course. Go to blackfirenation.com, BLAQ, firenation.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see a place to put your email in so that you can know when the retreat is, where is it, when does the online course start, things like that. And if you're new to my page, go check out my website. I'm so bad at putting reviews on my website, but I have a lot of reviews. Just in my phone, I have a gazillion reviews. So if you want to see some reviews for anything that I do, whether it be a class, a name interpretation, any service that you see, just ask me. Say, hey, send me some reviews if you don't mind. I'm not bothered by that. I need to do better with that. Anyway, all right, y'all, I'm getting off here. Thank y'all for coming and have a great day. Peace.